You have made the catastrophic decision to become an Uber driver. Your friends told you it would be great. Be your own boss. Work wherever you want. Make tons of money. Lies. All of it. But you're in too deep now. You wake up at 5 in the morning because Uber does not believe in sleep. Your alarm screams at you, and for a moment, you consider quitting. But then you remember rent exists, and gas, and the fact that your fridge currently contains one expired yogurt and half a bottle of ketchup. So, you drag yourself out of bed, questioning every life choice that led you here. After a shower and a breakfast that consists of coffee and self-loathing, you grab your keys and head to your car. Your beautiful, once pristine car that now smells like a mix of old McDonald's fries and poor financial decisions. You take a deep breath and turn on the Uber app. The moment you go online, it feels like summoning a demon. The algorithm is watching, waiting, judging you. Before you even have a second to brace yourself, you get your first ride. You pull up to the pickup location and your passenger is nowhere to be seen. You check the app. It says they will be there in 1 minute. A lie. You sit there like a fool, staring at their house, contemplating whether to drive away and reclaim your dignity. But no, because Uber punishes drivers who cancel. So, you wait, and just when you're about to lose all faith in humanity, your passenger emerges, slowly, as if they are wandering through a meadow, picking flowers, with not a single concern about the fact that you're wasting your life waiting for them. Finally, they get in. Do they say hello? No. Do they acknowledge your existence? Absolutely not. Instead, they put in their AirPods and act like you're their personal chauffeur. Fine, whatever. You start driving, only for them to suddenly scream, "Oh wait, I forgot my purse." What a great way to start your day. After dropping them off and earning a generous 3-star rating for no reason, you pick up your next passenger, a businessman who smells like overpriced cologne and disappointment. He spends the whole ride aggressively typing on his phone, sighing loudly like his emails are waging psychological warfare on him. Then, at a red light, he suddenly says, "Hey, can you just let me out here?" Here, in the middle of an intersection, where death is almost certain. You hesitate, but then he gives you that look. The one that says, "Do you want 5 stars or do you want to live?" You make your choice. Next, a mother and her child. The child is holding a juice box. You already know where this is going. Before you can stop her, the juice box explodes. Sticky liquid drips into every crevice of your once respectable vehicle. The mother, of course, does not acknowledge this crime. She simply says, "Kids, right?" Yes, kids. Tiny destructive tornadoes with no concern for your suffering. You consider charging a cleaning fee, but remember that Uber almost never approves those, so you simply accept your fate. Then comes the long, soul-crushing wait. Minutes tick by, no rides. You sit in a gas station parking lot, questioning your entire existence. The Uber app taunts you with little notifications. Drivers are making big money right now. A lie. A trap. The only thing you're making is terrible life decisions. Lunchtime approaches, but there is no time to eat because Uber drivers do not get breaks. Hunger is for people with salaries. Instead, you settle for gas station snacks, chips, and a questionable hot dog that will probably betray you later. Just as you take your first bite, you get a ride request. You abandon your meal and rush to pick them up. They get in, and immediately you know this is going to be a long ride. So, how long have you been driving for Uber? The dreaded small talk begins. You force a smile, preparing yourself for the next 20 minutes of pretending to be happy while they tell you their entire life story. It is now well in the afternoon, and you are deep in the trenches. The traffic is getting worse, and your patience is hanging on by a thread. And then, just as your bladder reaches its breaking point, you realize there is nowhere to go. You are your own boss, free to make big decisions like when you work, how much you earn, and, oh, wait, when you get to use the bathroom. You stop at a gas station. Restrooms are for customers only, the cashier says, eyes locked onto your very unpurchasing presence. You grab a water bottle you do not even want and head for sweet relief, only to find an out-of-order sign mocking you. Back to the car, the app beeps. Another ride request. You sigh, mentally preparing for another hour of agony as you question whether a career in Ubering is really worth the UTI. By the time 5 o'clock rolls around, you have had enough. You have been insulted, ignored, used as a delivery service, and much more. Was it worth it? You check the app and see you have made a grand total of $74 before expenses. Maybe the night shift will be better. Oh, the night shift. This is where the true horror begins. The passengers get weirder, the requests get more ridiculous, and your will to live evaporates faster than your gas tank. But you are here now. There is no turning back. First ride of the night, your GPS betrays you. The app confidently directs you to a location that does not exist. You drive in circles, the map spinning like it is possessed by a vengeful spirit. You pull over to double check the address, and just as you do, your passenger calls. Where are you? I've been waiting forever. You explain that you are exactly where the app told you to go. Well, I'm not there. They snap. Of course, because clearly, this is your fault. You frantically enter the address into a different app, only to realize you are 15 minutes away from their actual location. When you finally arrive, they get in and say, "Man, took you long enough." They give you a 2-star rating. You take a deep breath. On to the next one. Your next ride request is 5 miles away. Fine, whatever. You accept it and drive in silence, a mind full of thought. But when you arrive, the passenger cancels at the last second. Classic. You wonder if Uber drivers are legally allowed to cry while driving. You assume they are. The next passenger is a couple in the middle of a heated argument. They get in without acknowledging you. You, unfortunately, become their unwilling therapist. "I cannot believe you still talk to your ex," she yells. "Oh my God, Vanessa. That was literally 2 years ago." He fires back. You stare at the road, trying to manifest your way out of this car. By the time you reach their drop-off, they're holding hands again. "Sorry about that, man," the guy says, chuckling. Relationships, am I right? You force a smile. The girl giggles and gives you a 1-star rating. Just as you begin questioning your entire existence, she enters your car. The one redeeming moment of your entire shift. The pretty passenger. She smells like lavender and good credit. She actually smiles and greets you. A rare occurrence. She laughs at one of your jokes. A miracle. You feel a strange, unfamiliar sensation. Hope. You drop her off, and just as she's stepping out, she turns and says, "You're really sweet. Have a great night." Your heart soars. Maybe this job is not so bad. Maybe the universe is finally being kind to you. And then, as she walks away, you hear her say, "Babe, I'm outside." Your soul shatters. Of course she has a boyfriend. You close the app, drive home in silence, and collapse into bed, your body aching, your wallet barely heavier than before. You stare at the ceiling, reflecting on the emotional and physical toll of the day. And then, despite every fiber of your being screaming at you to quit, you set your alarm for 5 a.m. Because tomorrow, you will do it all over again. Being an Uber driver sucks.